Okay, so day three, marijuana legalization. So, my focus today is on impairment. And as we talk about all things and we talk about impairment with marijuana, let me be clear from a perspective of safety, impairment in the workplace is an issue regardless of what that impairment is to, whether it's to marijuana, whether the impairment's alcohol, prescription medications, sleep is an impairment that is a concern when it comes to safety. When we look at the overdose deaths in the United States in 2022, we had 107,081 people that overdosed and died. 72,815 of those deaths were opiate related. That's 266 deaths per day in the United States. And so, as we watch the numbers continue to increase, we watch the deaths that are happening across the board. Impairment is an area of focus for all of us. With that, understand that two statistics that I think are pretty important. 47% of industrial injuries and 40% of industrial fatalities involve drug and or alcohol. At the same time, I think it's important to understand that the positives for marijuana in 2022, according to Quest Diagnostic, who is the largest drug testing lab in the country, the positive test rates increased 56.1%. So it is important that we are looking at impairment and we are considering the impact that impairment has on safety for everyone. It troubles me when I hear things like 1 in 3 employees knew of impairment in the workplace. This really comes down to see something, say something. We all have a responsibility to safety. And from an employer perspective, from an HR perspective, the one thing that I will say wholeheartedly is the biggest gap is supervisor training. Our supervisors need to be trained not only to recognize impairment, but to also take the appropriate steps to get testing done, get the person off of safety sensitive jobs, to make sure that we are ensuring that everyone in the workplace is safe, regardless of what the impairment is to. And so impairment is critical for everyone. It is critical that we are mindful. It is also critical that we are taking the steps to ensure that our entire team goes home in the manner in which they came to work. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Diane McDowell, owner, founder of Training Marbles Incorporated. I have 23 years of experience in the HR and training industry. I am an expert in the drug-free workplace space. I help hundreds, thousands of employers implement, administer their drug-free workplace program. And so these issues in the workplace are critical. As we are headed into the holidays, my team is preparing for our masterclass, which will start next week. The masterclass is 4 parts. It is 1 hour per week for 4 weeks. For employers, it is marijuana legalization is the focus, and the 4 areas we will cover: HR talking points, legal eagle. We're bringing in a attorney who is an expert, one of the smartest attorneys I actually know, and I know a lot of smart attorneys, but he's going to be with us on week 2. Week 3, I will be teaching impairment in the workplace, and the week 4, we will be doing testing is key. And so the master class is ramping up. Participation is ramping up. We're excited. The one thing I say all the time is, as more Ohioans partake in the use of marijuana, from a workplace perspective, we have to be prepared to ensure that everyone is safe and that safety doesn't become problematic, that we are not allowing our teams to be put at risk. for those who choose to use marijuana. And I will also say this, lots of people talk about impairment and the duration of impairment being the 3 hour window. The one thing we know about all drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's prescription pain medications, or marijuana, the impact of impairment goes beyond that initial intoxication. And so it is important that we recognize that a person who uses marijuana, their manual dexterity, memory, uh, cognitive functioning, their ability to multitask, their reaction times are impacted for 3 to 10 days based on the science. And so when we look at that, that is no different than a person who went out, was drinking the night before, comes to work, they have a headache, they're tired, their reaction time is decreased. And so we can look at the drugs and talk about intoxication, but also how long does the impact have an effect overall. And so it is important that we are all mindful. It is important that we are protecting the workplace for everyone across the board. If you're interested in the masterclass, I will put a link in the comments section. Click on the link. All of the information will come up. Again, we are excited. We are preparing. We're working on the workbooks, getting information together for the employers who have signed up. I will close registration for that early next week so that we can focus on those who have signed up and are going to participate in the marijuana legalization masterclass. Have a great day. It is Thanksgiving Eve. I hope that everyone enjoys their family, makes some new memories, eat a lot, and just relax and come back refreshed and whole after the holiday week. Don't shop too much, or do and save the money. Again, my name's Diane, and I will see you soon. Have a great day.